Someone cooked here. Gear 4th, Sponge Man. There's no way these two are the same character. He's got on Ozempic. Is this the reason for Nami's tattoo shape? I was eating it and it hit me. I knew it was a windmill, but the shape always struck me as weird. It might have been an unpeeled tangerine. Oh poop, look! This guy is the reason why there's a great pirate era. Actual me when someone is saying something controversial in public. Which science-defying scene is funniest to you? Thriller Bark was funny peak of One Piece era. Not So Serious by Neo Uma. I'm sick of this. Can't you take anything seriously? Too serious! Same vibes. The crocodile is wearing clothes and a hat, and he talked. If that surprises you, take a look at us. Toei, are you okay? Is this actually in the game? Of course. You thought you could see me bathing for free? Okay, I'll pay you in treasure then. What? Yes, it's like a hidden mission or DLC or something. He literally just speedran it. It took Luffy 3 months after the time skip, 93 days to become a Yonko. The big consequence of One Piece having entire arcs that happen in a single day or week in-universe is the disconnect between real-world time and canon time. This is especially prevalent in the time skip with arcs like Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, and Egghead. There was a time. We can't open this without a key. These bars are too thick for me to cut through.
What?
Just starting the manga while waiting for the anime to restart and found this moment. Flash forward and he is cutting through basically mountains of stone post-time skip. Did Kaku know that he ate a giraffe fruit, or he just got the power of the animal he loves by chance? I like being a giraffe. I love giraffes.
What?
Haven't watched this arc in a while, but I believe they did not know, and if I remember correctly, most of Kaku's screen time was legit just him coping. This looks quite familiar. This painting is one of the most famous Japanese artworks, created by the Japanese artist Toyokuni Utagawa, also known as Toyokuni Ichiusai. Unfortunately, this is not just a painting, it is based on a completely true event. The man depicted in the painting is Ishikawa Goemon, who was born in the 16th century and is considered an ideal father by many Japanese fathers. He is remembered as the Robin Hood of Japan, stealing excess wealth from the rich and distributing it among the poor. He attempted to assassinate Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the warlord emperor of Japan's Sengoku era, but failed. Not only did he fail, but he was also captured by the emperor's guards. As punishment for trying to attack the emperor, Goemon was sentenced to death, but his execution was not ordinary. It was horrifying. He was sentenced to be boiled alive in hot oil. The emperor didn't stop at sentencing only Goemon. He also ordered that Goemon's infant son be boiled alive with him. To carry out the execution, both father and son were placed in a large cauldron of boiling oil. As the fire was lit underneath, Goemon lifted his child above his head to protect him from the boiling liquid. He endured the unbearable pain for as long as he could, but eventually he could no longer hold the child up. Both the father and the son died together. I never expected Odin's brutal execution was based on a true story. Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. I love these jokes in Wano so much. What? That thing rotates? Is that how dinosaurs are? Triceratops is a dinosaur like this. I didn't know. Brachiosnakeus. What? That's how it works? This is how a Brachiosaurus is. I didn't know. Damn. Imperial Deep Pride. Steak. In ancient times, this is how pteranodons hunted their prey. Damn, I didn't know that. When it happened with Sasaki versus Frankie, I thought it was funny. Then it happened with Queen vs Sanji. I thought that was hilarious. Didn't know King vs Zoro would continue doing that, which finally made me burst out laughing. They really prepared us for how ridiculous final battle between Kaido and Luffy was gonna be. Except this one, it's Kaido that being clueless. What was your reaction to this? These are probably some of my favorite Zoan fruits, because they just do the most absurd things and everyone is like, oh, I didn't know they did that. Does Luffy become scary? Don't get me wrong, the animation is really cool and I think it's something that can enhance the character's story. It would be awesome to see an evil Luffy. Remember when he was blitzing Lucci? Dude looked like a demon in his eyes. Muay Thai fighter Nabil Anane entering the arena as Luffy. Last Sunday, Nabil Anane, who was just 20 years old, fought Superlek, a very prestigious Thai fighter, world champion in his category until very recently, and widely considered the best Muay Thai fighter in the world. And he won. He entered the arena dressed as Wano Luffy, a very appropriate fit, considering he is also strong and very, very lean. Wait till you guys hear about Mauricio Rufy. My girl made me a bookmark. Got home from work tonight and my wife made me this rad bookmark. Just wanted to share. This is super nice and it looks so cool. Share One Piece moment that made you shed tears after 2 years time skip. I wish I hadn't blinded myself. I want to see your face. I bet you look kind. I've heard that many people talk about moments in One Piece that made them cry, but most of them are from before the 2-year time skip, like when Chopper sees Dr. Hurlock's cherry blossom tree, or when Robin finds the will to live again. But I'd like to know, are there any emotional moments in the New World arc that made you cry too? I just love this scene. It shows how respect should be given freely no matter where one stands in the grand scheme of things. Also, interesting how Luffy never attacked Fujitora on his own, but had completely opposite reaction to Aokiji. 28 years in 18 panels. The 13th picture is so sad, and then the 14th one is so wholesome and heartwarming. Nico Robin. This piece took 5 to 7 hours. This is so good. Love Robin. One of the funniest scenes to me. That was a talking crocodile with clothes and a hat. This forest is dangerous and weird. Seriously? At this point, if that freaks you out? For me, it's when Zoro arrived before Sanji to the top of the building and Zoro tells to Sanji, "You are late. Did you get lost?" It's been 2 years since we saw Trafalgar Law in One Piece manga. Go back, Beppo. I can't leave my friends behind. Every day from his last appearance is another day closer to his next. He won't escape forever. Gear 5 is a menace. When someone gets punched in the head, their head usually snaps back a bit. The movement actually helps. It's the body's way of reducing the force by letting some of the energy turn into motion. But what if the head couldn't move? Say it's affected by a devil fruit like Luffy's. In that case, almost all the force goes straight into the skull and brain, making the impact much more damaging. In fact, when you're not able to move, the body can absorb up to twice as much force compared to when you can move freely. Here's how it breaks down. Unbraced, movable, absorbs about 50 to 60% of the punch's energy. Braced, immobile, absorbs 90 to 100% of the energy. Basically, even if he is lacking in strength, Luffy's ability can make him into a mini Garp. His punches will be fully absorbed by the target before being swung far away. Kizaru's reaction to that punch just had me laughing. This is no good. Yamato. Credits Boru D. Bryan. This gotta be the most oralist crew in One Piece, man. I think it's Apu and his non-existent crew.